Midlife halftime. Vekic serve meets Osorio Scramble in PWO finals. Donna Vekic of Croatia and Camila Osorio of Colombia have not only been the most popular foreign players in the Philippine Women's Open, but also the most consistent. Philippine boxing equipment. It is no surprise that they are the last two women standing in this historic WTA 125 event, set to face off in the finals at 4 p.m. on Saturday at the center court of the Felicissimo Ampon Tennis Center. Fourth-seeded Vekic has cruised through the tournament, winning 4 matches without dropping a set. He opened with a 6-2 victory over Japan's Kyoko Okamura, followed by a 6-1, 6-2 win against Russia's Maria Takacheva. In the quarterfinals, she defeated China's Zhu Lin, 6-4, 6-3, and continued her dominant run in Saturday's semifinals with a 6-2, 6-4 triumph over Russia's Tatiana Prozorova. She began with a 6-4, 6-3 win against Japan's Sakura Hasogi, then battled past another Japanese player, Mai Hontama, 6-4, 4-6, 6-2. Osorio raised her level in the later rounds, stunning Filipino fans by defeating Alexila 6-4, 6-4 in the quarterfinals, before delivering near perfect tennis in Friday's semifinals, demolishing third-seeded Solana Sierra of Argentina, 6-0, 6-1. Both Vekic and Osorio are aiming to reclaim their once lofty world rankings after recent struggles with form. The former world number 17 Vekic has dropped to 72nd in the rankings. A Wimbledon semifinalist, she last reached a final in 2024, claiming silver at the Paris Olympics. The Colombian, a former world junior number 1, is now ranked 84th after peaking at 33rd in 2022. She captured her third career title in April 2025 at the WTA 250 Copa Sanitas, the last time she reached a professional tour final. The two have met once before, in the qualifiers of the 2022 WTA 1000 Cincinnati Masters, where Vekic prevailed in straight sets, 7-6, 6-3. Very little separates the finalists, both of whom boast strong, powerful ground strokes. Vekic holds an advantage on serve, having not dropped a service game in the last 3 matches. The 5'10" Croatian will look to assert her strength, control rallies, and force Osorio to chase every ball. The 5'7" Colombian, though less dominant on serve, compensates with relentless grit, scrambling to retrieve every shot. She also employs a variety of shots that keeps opponents off balance and disrupts their rhythm. Expect a tightly contested final, one that could go either way depending on which player successfully imposes his style of play. The clock doesn't tick loudly at halftime. It hums, a low, intimate sound, like blood in the ears when the stadium goes quiet and all that's left is breath, memory, and the awareness that something has already happened and something else is about to. Midlife feels like that hum. Not an alarm, not a siren, just a pause between points. The PWO finals arrive dressed as a tennis match, but everyone in the stands knows better. This is a mirror. On one side of the net stands Donna Vekic, tall posture, shoulders rolled back as if the past were a jacket she learned to wear well. Her serve is a declaration. It doesn't ask permission. It arrives early, fast, decisive, an echo of youth's certainty, of a time when answers came quicker than questions. When Vekic bounces the ball before serving, it's ritual, yes, but also reassurance. I've been here before. I know how this goes. Across from her, Camila Osorio paces lightly, a coiled patience in her legs. She does not own the point the way Vekic does. She borrows it, steals it, survives it. Her game is scramble and refusal, the art of staying alive in rallies that should have ended 3 shots ago. Osorio doesn't dominate time. She stretches it. She makes room inside it. The first serve cracks the air. Vekic opens with authority, aces down the tee unretainables that kiss the line like they were always meant to land there. The crowd murmurs approval, the kind reserved for excellence that behaves as expected. This is the early half of life, when effort reliably produces results, when strength feels permanent, when the body answers the mind without negotiation. But Osorio runs. She always runs. She sprints for balls that logic has already buried. She slides, flicks, lifts moonballs into the sky, forcing Vekic to hit again, and again, and again. Osorio's points look messy on paper. They don't photograph well, but they last. And in lasting, they ask a dangerous question. How long can you keep doing this the same way? Midlife asks that too. By the middle of the first set, the match settles into a rhythm that feels suspiciously familiar. Power versus patience. Planning versus adaptation. The serve that wants to end things early versus the legs that insist nothing is over yet. Vekic wins the set. On the scoreboard, it looks clean. 6-4. The numbers don't show the longer rallies, the extra breath before the second serve, the way she towed her towel across the baseline like a small weight. Halftime arrives not with a whistle, but with a chair change. This is where midlife lives, not in collapse, but in noticing. Vekic sits and stares forward, eyes end-focused, replaying points she should have finished sooner. She hasn't lost control, not really, but she has lost ease. The serve still fires, yet it now demands maintenance, ice, stretching, strategy. Power, once free, now has a price. Osorio stands the entire break. She doesn't sit. She never does. She hops lightly, shadow swings, breath steady. She has nothing to defend yet. Scrambling is her home language. Endurance is not a phase for her. It's an identity. The second set begins differently. Vekic serves big, but Osorio reads earlier now. She blocks returns deep, neutralizing pace. She turns sprints into chess, forcing Vekic to choose. Go bigger, or go longer. Neither feels entirely safe. The rallies grow teeth. The crowd leans in. This is no longer about who is better. It's about who adapts. Midlife is adaptation disguised as loss. There is a moment, there always is, when Vekic unloads on a forehand that would have been a winner 10 years ago. Osorio reaches it anyway, strings barely holding the ball, sending back a looping reply that lands an inch inside the baseline. The rally continues. Vekic exhales sharply, half annoyed, half awed. That sigh is halftime speaking. Osorio breaks serve. Not with brilliance, but with insistence. She wins the set 7-5, and suddenly the match is level. But the stories are not. One player has arrived at the familiar edge of reinvention. The other is discovering how far stubborn belief can carry her. The third set doesn't rush. Neither do they. Vekic changes patterns, more kick serves, more net approaches, shorter points where she can find them. This is wisdom, not surrender. She is no longer trying to prove she can hit through anything. She is choosing when to hit through something. That distinction matters. It's the difference between youth and mastery. Osorio answers by running smarter. Her scramble evolves into anticipation. She cheats a step wide. She reads the toss. She stops chasing everything and starts choosing. Survival turns into strategy. Growth hides inside endurance. Games stretch to juice. The sun lowers. Legs ache. The crowd senses it. This is the part of the match that feels like a conversation with yourself. What do I keep? What do I let go? Who am I if I don't win the way I used to? At 4-4, Vekic holds with 3 straight unreturnable serves. For a moment, time bends in her favor.